If someone is stuck in what feels like a lower vibrational timeline, maybe filled with fear or chaos, what do you think the first step they can take is to realign themselves to a higher one?
Turn off the news.
Okay. Yeah, we hear that a lot. And
Turn off the news. Curate your physical timeline just like you do your social media timeline. My mom was complaining to me that she was having nightmares. So I started talking to her and I'm like, what are you doing before you go? Well, I do this and this. Well, you're watching Dateline every night before you go to bed. Maybe don't watch murdery shows before bed, Ma. It's just simple little changes that you do yourself that are going to make the difference. It's impossible to go from one extreme to the other, but you have to make small changes. Stop watching the news. Stop feeding into the conversations that get you riled up. If you have a friend that all they do is complain about their boyfriend when you go out, don't go out with them anymore. Doesn't mean you can't talk to them on the phone. Doesn't mean you can't be friends with them, but don't invite them to your house. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
give them space. You just have to physically make those changes. And that's part of that compression stage. And a lot of people don't like that because friends that you had for years are suddenly no longer coming around, or you don't feel like you get along with as well, or something like that. But this is purposeful because you're curating your energetic frequency to attract something better.
absolutely. You have to kind of get rid of the old in a way to bring in the
Yes.
new. And I don't mean that in a mean kind of way, but as hard
Sure.
as it is, like you said, it's something that has to be done.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, I tell them, boundaries are not about cutting people off. Boundaries are about, I love this relationship and you enough to give us the space we need to grow individually so we can come back together collectively. I'm not someone who's ever going to cut anybody off. I've never have. But I will give you plenty of space until you reach a point in your life that I feel like we can get along better.